The feds investigating COVID-19 scams.
From email scams to people promising a coronavirus cure, federal investigators say they're seeing a wide range of sketchy activity.
The fraudsters will play upon victims' uncertainty and fear. The scammers play upon victims' emotions. And during this time, it's difficult for everybody. It's a fearful time.
While this is a fearful time for many, the FBI, Department of Justice, and AARP encouraged listeners during Monday's town hall to stay strong and stay educated. One person who called in asked what to do about people you're supposed to trust. He specifically mentioned the case of Dr. Jennings Staley, a person Team 10 reported on back in March. Dr. Staley operated a Carmel Valley med spa and was offering COVID-19 treatment packs for nearly $4,000. Prosecutors said Staley, now charged with mail fraud, told people it would cure COVID-19 100%. Assistant U.S. Attorney Robert Huey didn't comment specifically about the case, but said especially now, look at things with a healthy dose of skepticism.
You should not assume that just because a product or a service is being offered out in the open, that that product or service is legitimate.
The FBI and DOJ reminded people that when it comes to emails that don't look right or text messages that seem a little off, the best thing to do is not to engage and report anything that looks like fraud.
Being isolated, being at our homes, we are plugged into our devices. We are plugged into our phones, our tablets, our computers, and we are thirsty for information. And unfortunately, this is such a target-rich environment for fraudsters.
So how do you protect yourself from scams? Before you take action on anything, just run it by somebody. The challenge these days, though, is that we're all isolated. And, you know, a lot of seniors are very isolated because they're the most susceptible. They're even isolated from their family. But if you just take that one step and just run it by someone and say, does this sound legit, or should I do this? To me, that makes a ton of sense.
It does, Vinny. I think Ted is exactly right. If it's too good to be true, then it's not true. And there's so much fraud over the internet that you have to be extremely careful. I think that my first piece of advice also would be consult with somebody that you trust, somebody that has common sense. That'd be the first thing. But don't forget that there's a lot of research that you could do to gain information on these fraudsters on the internet itself. A lot of times you'll get these offers and you just simply search them and you'll see that they've been approached or they've approached other people just like this. So there's places to research, and there's also law enforcement that you could call if it's really a serious type of fraud.